tend to forget just how attractive these pinguicula blooms are. You don't tend to keep them for the blooms, tend to keep them for the job they do, which is the sticky leaves and the getting rid of the little black flies. Short video today. We have a new first time bloomer for me. What about that then? This is the Masdevallia I got at the auction, and it is called Barbarossa. I'm pretty sure this is the one I got at the auction. Lovely colour, that is a lovely deep rich colour, and not a bad shape. I mean, this to me, this is Inca Prince, this is virtually the perfect shape for a Masdevallia. 3 tails, 2 hanging down, not crossed, and 1 sticking straight up, and the associated shape that goes with that. So now this one's not quite that shape because the top tail curls over, yeah, like that. Nonetheless, the colour makes up for it. And the other one we've got tucked away in there is the giant one. That's the bloom that's come off of a spike that was cut and it's shot out sideways. So as far as Masdevallias are concerned, I've actually got 3 different Masdevallias out in bloom at the same time. To have 3 alive at the same time would have been quite an achievement at the other place. But yeah, they seem to be doing okay. Now yesterday I started watering everything and I didn't finish, and because of the time of the day I didn't want to mix up some more feed and try and get it the same as before. I thought it'd be much easier to do that first thing in the morning. So first thing in the morning arrived today, and later in the day, it hasn't happened yet, but you know what weather forecasts are like. They said it was going to rain today, but later in the day, and the morning would stay dry. So for garden people, I got all the bags and the cardboard and everything from that corner round into the car to take to the tip, which I've now done. I also got rid of the big cardboard boxes that don't fit in the dustbin, which was the one that the strimmer came in and the one that my workbench was in. I also took the old greenhouse heater that packed up for recycling, so I've done all of that. And I still haven't weeded that bed. That is the next garden job, I think, because that's the thing I really need to get on with. I need to sort out what should be in there and what shouldn't be in there, so that what should be in there has got the space and the room. We've got oak trees coming up all over the place and all sorts, and as soon as that bed is weeded, I would hope to get a dry day in the not too distant future, at which point I can give this a good sweep up. There's not a lot of point in trying to sweep up a mess when it's wet, it just gets the broom mucky. And if you look over there, what I said about the strimmer, that's what happens when you strim the joints and don't put the chemical down. The grass is already regrowing, and Mojo bites at that grass, so I now can't put the chemical down. I've got to wait until I strim it again, and I will strim it again when I do the rest of it. I've got all this to do out here before I can't get out the door. So I will have to go over those bits I've already done. The bits all over here that was done that Hannah did, and I put the chemical down, there's no sign of greenery anywhere. So it does work. It's just a matter of doing it properly and applying it while there is no greenery there. And then the greenery doesn't grow and I don't have to worry about Mojo or bees or anything, because it just basically forms a barrier on the surface that nothing grows in. So anyway, I'll just show you one other thing, but I'll have to break off. After I went to the tip, I thought we'll get the mulch, the bark mulch. And so I went to the DIY place, and I checked on the website about a week ago to make sure they had what I wanted, and it was on offer. It was £12 a bag, or 3 bags for £30, and that's a reasonable saving. That's worth having. So when I got there today, the offer's been withdrawn. I thought, oh, flipping wonderful. Anyway, I got me trolley and I went out the back, and I found that I can't lift that safely. I can't lift that bag. Well, lucky when you're in a place like that, you just sort of hold your hand up in the air and somebody comes rushing to help you. And that person got the flatbed trolley, loaded up the 3 bags, took them out to the car and put them in the car for me. So I've got them here and they're in the car, and they're staying in there until I've got help, so that we can get one on each end. Now, which may be Hannah, that may well be Hannah. Between the two of us we can carry them okay, but I'm not carrying that on my own. It's the contents, I believe, are damp. That's why it's got the weight there. Anyway, so at least we got it back here. And when I got to the till, you scan the barcode and it came up with £12, and then, you know, 24, and instead of being 36 it came up with 30. So somebody hadn't told the tills that the offer had finished, so I still got the 3 bags for £30. I was well pleased. I love it when you get a little saving, even though it's not much. So we've got the stuff to do that bed after it's been weeded and make it look nice and hopefully suppress a lot of the weeds. I suspect the more vigorous weeds will still push away up through, but in theory it should stop an awful lot of things germinating, because they won't be able to get to the soil. They'll just land on this stuff instead. Anyway, it's here, it's just stuck in the car till I can get it out. So there we go, and splitting the watering up like this is so much nicer to do it spread over several days. So I did like 2/3 of the pots and the mounts yesterday. I did the other third of the pots today, plus some outside work, and the only thing left to water in here now are the cooler shadier set and Derek's orchids under there, and the phalaenopsis on the kitchen windowsill. They will be tomorrow morning's job. And then, depending on the weather, when that's done, we might then have a go at weeding that bed and having a sweep up and get this end tidied up. See, there's another garden tub there with nothing in it. Well, you know, might be able to find something to go in there. Quick trip round the garden centre or something, although I've still got the salvia down there. You won't be able to see much. In fact, I don't think you can see anything at all. I'll explain why. It's called Misted Up. I do apologise, I hadn't realised. I'm not filming it again. Obviously the bit I did outside was okay. It misted up when I came back in here with the high humidity. I mean, we're up at about 26, 27 degrees at 70% humidity, so, and no fans on. So it was obviously cool outside. So I took the camera outside, that cools the lens off, and we walked back in here, whoosh, instant mist up, and I hadn't noticed it. Sorry about that. Anyway, and we've got some more Dendrobium Victoria Regina buds opening. They just opened overnight, those two. There's another 3 or 4 to come, so there's a nice cluster there. Yeah, so that'll do for today, short and sweet. A mix of orchid stuff and a bit of what's going on outside, which is for the people interested in what's going on outside, which is why I did the new blooms and everything first. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.